Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. While we are trying to make sure that we are equitable, diverse, and inclusive, other countries are doing serious stuff, which is making alliances, increasing their weapons capabilities, doing some economic little cohesion organizations, and connecting with one another. And those countries are not our friends, let's put it this way. We consider them adversaries or almost close to enemies. I'm talking about Russia, obviously. I'm talking about China, obviously. Iran, obviously. I'm going to talk about these three countries, or more about two of them, actually, China and Iran. While we are interested in making sure that we are, as I said, equitable, and we provide certain people certain kind of perks and take from here, give to others, those guys are interested in value, it seems, or at least interested to oppose us. I wonder why. Because we are the force of good. So what happened? What happened is that these guys, these dudes, met. You know these guys? I'm pretty sure you know the one right here on the right, but I'm pretty sure you don't know who this guy is. Maybe by the flag, this is the Iranian president, and this is the Chinese president. So this is President Ibrahim Raisi, and this one is President Xi Jinping. Iran, China, hands and gold. All right. Associated Press reports that China's Xi expresses support for Iran amid Western pressure. I think these guys are allies. I think so. So, Chinese leader Xi Jinping expressed support for Iran during a visit Tuesday by its president as Tehran tries to expand relations with Beijing and Moscow to offset Western sanctions over its nuclear development. Now this right here, this paragraph or this long sentence is a delusional sentence. And this is an ideological sentence. If you start from these premises, this is what you understand out of this, okay, is because of the sanctions of this, then you will miss the big movie which is occurring. It is ongoing, but you choose to look at your telephone while the things happen on the screen. You miss the movie. Anyway, what movie? These guys are in an alliance and they're creating it stronger and stronger. Right here, Beijing, Moscow, and Tehran. Are you crazy? Expand relations. Yeah, you can call it that way. It's more than just expand relations. Remember, Iran applied to join BRICS, the BRICS countries. Saudi Arabia applied to join the BRICS country. I just finished a video regarding that. So, yeah, great. But we are interested in other things. You know what I mean. So let's see what's going on here. The official Chinese account of Xi's meeting with Ibrahim Raisi gave no indication whether they discussed Russia's attack on Ukraine. Tehran supplied military drones to Russian President Vladimir Putin's government, but says they were delivered before the war began. She expressed support for Raisi's government in language Beijing uses to criticize Washington's domination of global affairs. Interesting sentence. China and Iran portray themselves alongside Moscow as counterweighing to American power. Now this is right here. This is a very accurate, take that to the bank, put it wherever you want to put it. That's exactly what happens. Thank you. And I'm quoting, China supports Iran in safeguarding national sovereignty, end quote. And I'm quoting again, resisting unilateralism and bullying, end quote. Oh my, Xi Jinping said in a statement carried by Chinese state TV on its website. Did you hear that? So China supports Iran in safeguarding national sovereignty. That means Iran is the victim. Some people try to do something with their sovereignty. Who are those guys? And resisting unilateralism and bullying. I guess I wonder who are the bullies here. Xi Jinping said, Xi and Raisi attended the signing of 20 cooperation agreements, including trade and tourism, the Chinese government announced. Those add to a 25-year strategy agreement signed in 2021 to cooperate in developing oil industry and other fields. China is one of the biggest buyers of Iranian oil and source of investment. Iran has struggled for years under trade and financial sanctions imposed by Washington, so we found who the bully might be. What do you think? And other, let's put it like this. No, I don't want to do that. So Washington and other Western governments, I can't do it, over what they say in Tehran's effort to develop nuclear weapons, an accusation the Iranian government denies. The United States government cut off Iran's access to the network that connects global banks in 2018. So who's the bully? Iran. Okay, now that's with this little thing. I would like to mention another piece of information that would be very relevant, and that is Xi Jinping, the president of China, or more likely, bang, landed in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, and he spoke with his counterparts over there, because I don't know exactly who's in charge. Is Salman bin, Mohammed bin Salman, or his father? I think Mohammed is the guy, bin Salman. So, between China and Saudi Arabia, some economic things were signed, some agreements, economic agreements, worth about $16 billion. I know there's nothing compared with the aid Ukraine is given by the Western countries from our taxes and our money that we'll pay for the loans these guys took in our names with big interest. But it's okay, 16 billion I think is a good step forward. That plus the Iranian deal right now, these guys plus Russia, China is ready. China is covered to have its resources needs covered for a century, or for how long these fossil fuel resources will last. And they have the primordial place. They are the first in line. And India, but India has a much weaker economy. Developing, got a lot of people, potential, and so on. So China is securing resources from Russia, resources from Iran, resources from Saudi Arabia. I guess for what? And they work within BRICS. Saudi Arabia applied for BRICS, made a video. Iran applied for BRICS. Russia is in BRICS. China is in BRICS. So what does that mean? It means that these guys are forming a new club, which is going to counterbalance the other club. And the people will join that club when they see that, for instance, Russia can withstand whatever happens in Ukraine. That's from their perspective. And if you don't take it in consideration from how they see things, then you can get inside their minds to see how they process information so you can use it for your own interest. If you're just crazy and say, well, this is the way I think, that's the way, blah, 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 then you lose at least half of the whole equation. So, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.